Good evening. How are you, Wellington? Edson, Anna, good evening. Hello, Edson.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, sorry I was a minute or two late, but I couldn't start. I couldn't click the button. It wouldn't click.
No problem.
I kept going
How
start,
are you
start.
going?
I'm feeling better. I still have a bit of a cold, but I should be okay. I might have to walk away to cough every now and then, but I'm feeling so much better. Look at this. We've got a full class, and I know most of you. So I'll do a quick hello, and then we'll find a topic for today's conversation class. My name's Simon. I'm your teacher for this class. We're going to do a conversation class. You guys are going to spend most of the time talking. With 9 students, I can guarantee you guys will at least get about 5 minutes of talk time each. We'll choose a conversation together. But for right now, I just want to say hello to each one of you. So, good evening, Wellington.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm feeling better. Did you have a good week so far?
Yes. Busy, but it's good.
Good. I actually have tomorrow off. Yay!
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm actually, for those of you up early, I'm actually teaching a class tomorrow morning. Just one tomorrow morning, but I'm teaching a class in the morning. So good to see you, Wellington. And beside you, I see Thiago. Thiago, good morning. I don't know why I said good morning. Where are you from, Thiago? Okay, can't hear Thiago. Wellington, or not Wellington, Raphael, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Simon.
It's been a few weeks.
A few weeks. I don't even remember the last class I had with you.
Yes, I know. It's been a while.
A while. A very busy schedule lately, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hear that, my friend. I hear that. I have a child, and I'm married, and I have 2 jobs. You can imagine how busy I am. Very busy.
I have an idea.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us, Raphael. Jer, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How do I say your name?
Jair?
Oh, that's going to be tough for me. Jer. Where are
Yes,
you
you
from?
can say Jair, no problem. I am from Brazil.
Another student from Brazil. Well, so far, that's 3 in a row. Awesome. We always have a large Brazilian contingent here in my class. And welcome back, German. Can't hear you, German. All right, German's going to do a sound check. Edson, we just spoke with a few minutes ago. Edson from Mexico, hello again.
No, I'm not from Mexico. I'm from Brazil.
Oh, I had another Edson. He was from Mexico. Well, it's an all Brazilian class tonight. Almost. I know German. You're not from Brazil. All right. Anna, good evening.
Good evening, Simon.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm great. I'm tired, but I'm happy.
Well, think of a good subject, and we may be able to do that for you. So I know I promised you we would do one of your subjects, so let's have that coming up shortly. Just say hi to Amp, and then I'll solicit ideas for tonight's class. Amp.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling so much better. I feel well.
You sound better.
Yes, I am. It's just, you know, when you've got a cold, you're just coughing stuff up. I'm at that stage. Okay. I'm soliciting topics for today's conversation. They can be serious. They can be sensitive. It doesn't matter. I want topics that will get you guys talking. Something that has meaning. I don't care what kind of topics we talk about, so long as we're respectful of each other, our beliefs, culture, as long as we can have an intelligent discussion. That's all I'm looking for. So Anna, I did promise you that we could do one of your topics. So what do you have as ideas for conversation topics?
That I already gave you.
Yeah, but I don't remember what they were. It was a few weeks ago.
I brought up a bunch of things. Life outside Earth, aliens.
Life on other planets. Whoa, that actually, you know what? With the NASA announcement a couple of days ago, I believe.
That there is water in Mars.
Yeah. Okay, I love that topic. So here's our topic of discussion for today's conversation class. Life outside of the Earth. When I say outside of the Earth, I mean in the atmosphere. So away from Earth. It could be on Mars. We could be talking little bacteria. Or we could be talking like aliens and ETs and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to draw any boundaries. Now, I will be sharing my screen out and showing some images at times just to kind of get you guys talking or give you something to think about, stuff related to the conversation. I'm going to structure this class in rounds. Most of you know this. The first round, you guys have a minute of talk time. And what I want you guys to be able to talk on is, what do you first think of when you hear about life on other planets? Alien life, extraterrestrial life. Extraterrestrial means outside of Earth. Extra means outside of, terrestrial means Earth. It's another word for Earth, like Terra. So quite often in science fiction you'll hear people from Earth referred to as humans. Well, that's our species, but the planet would be called Terra for Earth. It means Earth. And then of course there's Earth, so it would be Terrans or Earthlings. And most people think that Earthling sounds a little bit too silly. But anyhow, all right, I'm going to start with Wellington, and I'm going to move from my right to left. So looking at the bottom of the screen, we'll go then to Thiago, Raphael, Jar, German, Edson, Anna, and Amp. Okay, I've got my stopwatch here. When you hear the chimes, time is up. So Wellington, when you heard today's topic, what immediately came to your mind? What do you think about when you hear extraterrestrials?
I think that is a dream. It's a dream, and
Why?
Why? Because so until now we know that only exists there are humans beings here in the Earth, and my question is why? Why we have to go outside, to go to other planets? If
We don't.
we have this land that is very beautiful. That we have everything here, but we destroy. It's like so I am doing wrong things here, and because this I go out. I don't understand. I don't understand. And for me, I think we have to resolve the things here and after explore.
Okay, so we got to fix our problems here at home. I don't care about alien life. They've got their own problems. They can deal with it. A lot of people believe in that. All right, Thiago, what are your thoughts on alien life?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. What do you think about alien life?
Actually, I haven't talked much about that, but and I think that I agree with Wellington that it's important to prioritize the life here in the Earth. Like the Earth have a lot of problems. You need to find solutions for that, especially about the nature and many problems related to the destruction in the nature, like pollution in the air, in the water. But actually, but I think that I think that I don't believe that exists Earth life outside the Earth.
Well, you know what? I believe that life does exist outside of the Earth. There is alien life. I guarantee. Hold on. No, sorry. Time is up. I'm just going to do a segue to the next student. I got to give you each a minute. So this
Okay,
is my
okay.
transition. I've got to do some talking, or I'll get some comments that, teacher, you're not talking
Cool,
enough.
cool.
So I believe there's life outside of Earth, guaranteed. There's hundreds of billions of galaxies with hundreds of billions of stars. I think mathematically it has to be a certainty. Would they be like us? I don't know about that. But at least multi-cell bacteria, I can guarantee it. So as we go to Raphael, before you speak, Raphael, here's what some people think alien life is. And some people think they're already visiting us and they're a threat. In which case, it does become an earthly problem. But that's just one view. What do you think of when you think of alien life, Raphael?
I believe that humanity hasn't evolved yet to deal with this matter. Unfortunately, we are surrounded by different mindsets and different perspectives of human nature and the universe in general. Of course, we haven't developed yet the technology to reach these places, but I honestly believe that I believe in alien life. I believe that it exists. They already among us. Maybe they're trying to analyze our lifestyle and to get acquainted with our lifestyle and trying to improve their knowledge about the universe. Unfortunately, we are not able to do the same because we're too much, let me say, we're outdated related to them.
Thank you. I think the word you might be looking for is primitive. So
Yes,
our technology
yes,
would be considered primitive compared to any life form that could visit us. So I showed you one image of a UFO. This is what some believe is actual proof that aliens are visiting us. Now in this image that I'm showing you, this is, it's hard to believe, but it's a microscopic view of bacteria. And I believe this is a copy of the meteor that was found in the 90s that scientists believe came from Mars. So an asteroid hit Mars, ejected material, hit the Earth, and they believe, because of the chemical composition, that this rock came from Mars, and this thing that looks like a worm is essentially bacteria. So, okay, we go for the extreme of alien life visiting us to bacteria. So thank you very much, Raphael. Jar, what do you think when it comes to alien life?
I think there is life outside Earth, and I think I am excited about this possibility.
Why?
Because I think we can solve many problems here if we find a more developed civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because if they are more advanced, of course, they solved many problems in the past, and they can help human beings.
Well, let me ask you this. When the Europeans, the Spanish, came to the Americas with their advanced technology, did they solve any problems?
No, but
It didn't go so well for the native population, did it?
yes, but you need to think positively, because if you think the worst, what is the difference? So it would be better think positively.
Thank you. And that's a very optimistic approach or view. Stephen Hawking, a physicist, has been on record as to say, be careful trying to reach out to alien life. If there are smarter beings out there, it could go very badly for us. And he cites examples of where Western Europeans have visited African nations or South American nations, and even the Americas, North America. What has happened to those indigenous peoples? It could be far worse or just as bad if an alien culture reached out to us. What would it mean for our culture, for religion, for our society? Wow. Anna, this is a great topic. There's so many ways to go. German, your thoughts on this? Alien life, is it out there? Are there concerns? What are you thinking?
Well, in my opinion, I think that it's very likely that alien life exists because there are billions of stars and the universe is infinite. But yeah, I agree that maybe it's a little dangerous to try to be in touch with them or try to find. Oh, no teacher.
An alien adopted.
Yeah. Hey, Simon.
Yeah, you got 14 seconds left, so keep talking.
You were abducted.
Yeah. I don't remember a thing.
Yeah, but you were like 1 hour outside.
Really? That long?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And by the way, in all seriousness, in this conversation, I do not mean to make fun of anybody and their beliefs. I was honest when I said I believe life exists outside of the Earth. From just a mathematical point of view, there's too many options, too many possibilities. Are there other beings like us? Well, maybe. But I also believe that for us to cross the vastness of space, that'd be very hard for others to, if they were like us, to find us. Some also believe that when you get to our level of technology, there's a risk of self-annihilation. We develop technology faster than we're able to deal with it, and we could wipe ourselves out. Others see space as, well, like Star Trek, the endless possibility of peace and hope going through the universe, expansion and exploration. I personally like the Star Trek approach myself. So are there aliens visiting the planet? You know, I don't know. I don't know if there's any hard proof. I have seen a few things that are unexplainable, but that does not necessarily mean it's alien life. Always got to ask yourself when you see something questionable, who would benefit from this story being true or false? All right, next, Francisco. Hello, sir. Francisco, you got seconds? 5 seconds, 4 seconds? All right, Edson, hello.
Hello.
What do you think about the subject?
It's a very good question to talk about, but I definitely agree, definitely believe that there is life in other planets, maybe Mars or Jupiter or another galaxy. Because since we were made from gas, and another planet is not, maybe it's equal Earth, just a little different. But why not? We are alone. Why? We are living with another guys, maybe bacteria or another kind of life. I don't know, maybe human being or probably you know. But we are living with other guys, but we.
Thank you, Edson.
Okay.
Yeah. Something is very interesting here. 60 years ago? Nah, it can't happen. Life is too fragile to exist outside of the Earth. We have found, I'm going to show you some more pictures coming up shortly. Oh, you guys can't see. Yeah, you guys can see me right now. Sorry, I thought I was broadcasting the screensaver. So we've got bacteria that can survive the extreme cold. In fact, the cold of outer space. And then when brought to room temperature can survive again. We've got organisms living in 100 degree to 200 degree centigrade temperatures in ocean vents where there's no sunlight. They're using different energy, chemical energy, to survive. Again, I'll show you images of these when you guys get a chance to speak. So as we go to Anna, I want to know what you think about alien life. This was your topic, so I'm curious to know what you have to say.
Teacher, I'm more than willing to go along with the idea that there is life outside the Earth, because as you told us, we know that bacteria can survive in very difficult conditions and so forth, and the universe is so huge. So why we we think that we are alone in the universe, that just one single planet has life. If it is infinite, it's a matter of mathematics, in my opinion. And therefore, teacher, I don't think it is too much far-fetched to at least be open to believe that it's conceivable that there are intelligent life outside the Earth. And there are so many mysteries that we don't know, such as Nazca lines.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I know what you're talking about, the Nazca lines, because I've heard about that, and I think that's actually fascinating as well. Amp, what are your thoughts on this? Oh, hold on, I don't think Amp is next. Somebody else just joined us. Oh no, Amp. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't think so. That there are a kind of life in other planets, even if that's possible, like you said, bacteria or something like that. What is important for us? It's not going to be useful. Bacteria generally are harmful, and they live in another kind of condition.
Is
That is
bacteria harmful? Are you sure?
more of them.
No, that's actually not true. 15% of, or I think about 50% of our body weight is made up of bacteria, and a lot of it is essential for digestion and other purposes. Not all is bad. Some is very
Yeah,
beneficial.
but under that conditions of weather and with the atmosphere that they have, it is not good for us at all. We are not going to be able to survive in that conditions, in those conditions.
Thank you. Well, no, maybe not. No, I'm not going to debate you guys on this because I really want you guys to be able to do that. I want to encourage you guys to have a rich conversation here. So what I've been showing you here, these are volcanic vents, and this is very, very hot here. And you can see these are actually worms. The pink bits are worms. I showed you some close-ups of them here. This is in complete and utter darkness. It's surprised scientists when they saw it. They couldn't believe it. And until they saw this, they thought that's impossible and realized, well, there's alien life here on our planet that we didn't even realize could possibly exist. So what I want to do now, it's 24 after, I want to give you guys, I'm going to try 4 minutes first because I think there's a lot to say here. I want to give you guys 4 minutes to discuss alien life. You can discuss it in any way you like. Now, if you haven't talked to each other before, I suggest opening up with some introductions. Hi, how are you? My name is, I'm from so-and-so. And then maybe you can segue into the conversation by saying, what do you think about alien life? Or what do you think about this topic? All right. So I'm going to go back and start with Wellington again. So we've got Wellington and Thiago. Gentlemen, you've got 4 minutes. Go ahead.
Hello, Thiago.
Hello. Where are you from, Wellington?
I'm from Brazil. I live in São Paulo. And you?
I'm from Brazil too.
Okay. Good. So, Thiago, what do you think about this topic? About do you believe in aliens?
As I said, actually I haven't talked much about that, but I kind of think that's interesting, like in the movies, like when this topic is when I see movies that is about alien life outside the Earth, but in the real life, I kind of think that there are a lot of more important things here here in the Earth. And you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that there are life or some kind of life in other planets, but I am more interested in life here on the Earth, life that I can't see. I think even the exists there are life outside, and maybe they are trying to hide from us because the humankind is evil. We are evil. We are killing
Evil.
our brothers, and I think we will do the same there. I don't know,
I see. I see.
but like I
Yeah, I
said,
think that I think that might be a good idea. Like, try to find out a way to make humans to live in another planet, uh, like to have a backup, because like uh, some disasters can happen. I think that's more. I think that's more. It's more probably. I think that they have more chances of the Earth destroy itself than uh, we find aliens in other planets. But in scenario, I think that would be a good idea to continue to explore another planets to find out if a way to humans living on other planets like
yeah,
Mars, or
yeah.
even in the moon. I don't know.
Yeah, 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 yes, I think I am. I think that we have to study. We have the scientists have to try to understand the our world, the space, what is outside, and but in the same way, we have to try to recover the earth, recover what we are destroying, and because I believe that we have a lot of things to do here. Sometimes a
Yeah.
lot we
Yes.
spend a lot of money.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
When those
Cool.
chimes are heard, you must stop. Okay, so I've showed you a lot of images of moons or planets within our own system that scientists believe would be a good place where life could exist. There's more water on one of the moons of Jupiter than there is on the planet Earth, they believe. However, what you see on the image or on the view screen now is an image from, I think it's the 70s or 80s, where SETI, which is looking for alien transmissions, said they found something which they believe couldn't possibly be noise. Now, it could be that it was some sort of interference from Earth, but they believe that, well, it's unexplainable. They don't know what this resulted in. Some scientists also say that, well, if there is alien life and there is alien technology, all their signals are encrypted, and if they are encrypted, it would just sound like noise to us. So any advanced alien civilization, we wouldn't be able to intercept their communications. That being said, it's now German and Raphael's turn. Again, gentlemen, you've got 4 minutes. I want to hear what you have to think about alien life or life outside of Earth. What would it look like? Are there any threats to our own planet from this? What do you guys think? Go ahead.
I believe that the threats are already here. We as humans, we are already destroying the nature and destroying our life conditions. So perhaps we have alien visitors trying to learn how not to do with their planet. So unfortunately, we are being such a bad examples for the universe, and they're trying to get information about it. What do you think, German? Hello?
German?
Maybe it's on another planet.
Well, why don't you have a chat with Francisco then?
Okay.
Francisco?
Yes. Hi, Rafael.
Hi, Francisco.
Well, I was listening to you. So yeah, I think there is life in other planets. I'm sure of that. But maybe it's far from us, maybe million and million. So I think when enter, maybe because well, I think it tends to repeat. Uh, when Europeans found America, they were hostile to Indians, to natives. So I think it's going to happen the same thing. What do you think?
Uh, Sorry, I couldn't understand what you just said, but from my point of view, it looks like a colonization. If you can check the history, and as you were explaining, there are a lot of uh, there are a lot of persons, a lot of people who trying to discover new places and trying to discover new lands to colonize and to settle. It's such a I believe it's just a matter of discover and conquer or something like that, you know. And we find a new place and we settle there and establish a colony and try to explore the resources.
Okay, Rafael, do you think what do you think if an alien are found the planet Earth, are they going to be friendly or hostile?
I don't think they're hostile because if they were hostile, I think they already destroyed this planet, and but I think they might know that we have interesting resources for them, so that's one of the reasons they haven't destroyed yet. And unfortunately, uh, I don't know. Maybe perhaps they are just looking for knowledge, as I mentioned before, and they are trying to gather information about our lifestyle. So, and do you think they are hostile or no?
Okay, do you think that maybe they are looking for I don't know, maybe other kinds of energy? I don't know, water or I don't know, copper or gold? What will
Probably,
happen
but
when they?
probably, but we can if we establish a parallel with the hugeness of the universe. I don't think the unfortunately our planet is a teeny tiny small planet, and we don't have a huge amount of resources. We're talking about planet, about universe. So this universe is huge. We are just a piece of grain in the universe. I don't.
Thank you. Well, it's an interesting, but you know, one thing this planet has that none of the other rocks in the solar system has, um, a lot of life on it. Yeah, we don't know what life is going to be like in the rest of the universe, and we don't know how many habitable planets there are. But if life is similar to the life that we have, and there aren't as many planets, but there are some other intelligent life, and they come across our planet, then maybe they might consider this to be some valuable real estate. And that could be a problem for us, some think. Okay, next, Edson and Anna. Go ahead, please. You've got 4 minutes.
Okay, Watson.
Hello.
We don't let me put in my 2 cents. We don't know for sure how life began on Earth. Okay, we didn't prove anything yet. We just have theories and theories. So we don't know for sure why the dinosaurs were extinct, and there are plenty of mysteries that we cannot explain. So why don't be open to the idea that it's possible, you know?
Ye- Yes, as I like the point that Wellington made. Like they probably they are hiding something from us, and there is a possibility to exist life on Mars or Jupiter, as I mentioned. And because, for example, our planet, some millions ago,
So,
millions of years ago, the Earth was just gas and material like matters and some I can say some terrain, for example, soil, I don't know, and suddenly, of course, the water was freezer, and then the universe has been changed so far, and now the
uh,
Earth is the
hold
water
on.
was
You
not created, but
hold on.
y-
You brought up something interesting. You you brought up that they are hiding something from us. So do you think that there is a conspiracy or something like that?
not the actual conspiracy, but they know what's going on, what's gonna happen in the future.
Oh,
They don't
the
show us.
government.
Huh?
Are you talking about the government, the aliens?
Actually, the government, not yes, the government and scientists, they don't show us exactly what's gonna happen in the future, because they this maybe might be not controversial, but they might cause us this certain of the scares, something they are gonna make us afraid of something in the future. But certainly when probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years or 20 years the future, we're gonna know something like about Mars, about water, more specifically water, bacteria, or another kind of life. Because, for example, Jupiter is nowadays currently is just water freezer. And as the universe is changing, the water is gonna pierce the substance of the water, and bacteria and
So what
another
do you
kind
think
of
about
life is
that,
gonna.
Anna? Give Anna a chance to comment on that.
I well, I think I cannot say for sure anything. What I know is that I don't know. You know, I am open to say that maybe we could be wrong, and and I think that everything is conceivable. Why not? You know, we don't have that much knowledge that we say that we have. There are more things that we cannot explain than things that we can.
Thank you very much. Okay, Amp, you get to speak with Simon. Go ahead, please.
Well, according to my religion point of view, for me it's clear how I was born, and I believe that just there are people and alive on Earth. The rest of the stuff on the galaxies in the universe, I think it's just part of the creation, just to maintain our Earth in the position that we need to survive, not too much hot from the sun.
So are you suggesting then that God only decided to create, hey, let's just put life on Earth, and he didn't say, hey, let's try it somewhere else?
Exactly.
I don't know. I could, now, I'm not omniscient, I'm not omnipotent, I'm not all-knowing and all-seeing, but I can only imagine if I was, I would try more than one Earth. I'd try more than one possibility, because if you're that all-knowing and that all-powerful, you'd be able to interact with more than one environment. I just can't believe that we're alone. Whether you follow a religious view or a scientific view, I
Yeah,
can't
but
believe we're
how?
alone.
Since I suppose that the Earth was created, the scientists have been unable to prove something. That is the arrogance of human being that try to prove everything
No,
instead of
I
yeah.
disagree. Well, okay, let me ask you this, because that's how we learn. We try to prove things. Now, science, we've only been around for couple of hundred years in a real discipline, a couple of thousand years if you go back to Plato and some others. So we've only been trying this for a while. I mean, the fact
I
that we're able
cannot
to
hear
see
you
other.
very well. I don't know if it's my connection or yours.
Oh.
Like choppy.
Anybody else find me choppy?
No, it's fine for me.
Okay, so it could be
So
just a
it's my
localized
connection.
thing.
It's
So
my
I think of it as, see, here's my view. In a religious view, it's on faith. We do not need artifacts. So, for example, this image here, that is, and there's an interesting documentary on this where they analyze DNA and everything, and there's something very puzzling about this. It's only about 6 or 8 inches long. It's mostly human DNA, but they can't figure out how this thing could have lived to be about 6 years of age, which the analysis shows that it did. But you see, science is all about fact. You must be able to prove things, or it can't be. Whereas religion is all about faith, and I don't need proof. I just believe. So why does science and religion have to butt heads when they have a completely different view of looking at things?
Well, I think that scientists try to prove their thoughts, but they cannot do it yet, and they have spent a lot of time, and they have been wasting time, and sometimes just they are saying telling us some fake results of the researchers. They hide some things, and the media, just the newspapers, just help them to show us just the part that they want.
Thank you. Well, that's an interesting conversation, and we're going to give everybody another minute to have a discussion shortly. But this is interesting. Now, in the United States, there is a very big disagreement between religion and science, and they're almost having fights and wars with each other. Well, not physical wars, but in the media, there's this, it's just incredible. And, you know, science to me has always been about, you have an idea, you try to prove it, and you get there, and that's what science is about. Whereas religion, and I come from a bit of a religious background too, it's about faith. I do not need proof. And if you need proof, well, it's kind of like the Christian faith. The doubting Thomas, he had to put his hands on Jesus' wounds to believe he had raised. He needed physical proof. And Jesus said, well, no, it's not about physical proof. It's about believing, having faith. And I think that's the problem. Now, I love science. I love science fiction. That's why I love this topic. But with only about 16 minutes left, I want to go around, give each of you at least another minute, and I'll let you just spend the whole time talking. Tell me what you thought about this. What do you think some of the issues are? Do you agree, disagree with anybody? Let me hear what you have to say. Wellington, go ahead. You have a minute.
What is the question? Sorry.
You weren't listening, or was I too fast?
Sorry.
What did you think about today's class?
No, it's good. It's good. It's a different topic, and when we face this kind of things, always is a challenge. I think we improve a lot. We see different points of view, and we learn other kinds of words that came from you or the other students. It's good.
Okay. And now, Wellington, you said one thing, we need to focus on Earth, but I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to disagree with you, and I want others to have a chance to comment on this. I disagree, and here's why. We face a very real possibility of an asteroid could hit our planet and destroy a good portion of the life on it, or even wipe out most life. It's happened before. So I think the search for, I think science plays a very critical role here in looking at technologies to detect these things, to resolve these issues, to have planetary defenses instead of pointing weapons at ourselves to protect against these sort of things. So I think science is very, very important. We need to look outside of our planet so we can provide a way to keep our species going in the event of a planetary catastrophe. Guaranteed, this planet is going to end. when our sun burns out, now again, that's a long way away, but you've got to think into the future. You've got to plan ahead because this planet isn't always going to be there for us. Tiago, you've got a minute. What do you think? Your thoughts?
About life outside the Earth, as I said, I think that I kind of don't believe in like intelligent life outside Earth, but I agree with you about this topic of looking for conditions for humans to live in other planets, because yeah, that sounds like a real possibility, like some catastrophe on Earth, and like some external, like asteroid like hit the Earth, or some internal, like a new nuclear war. Like I think that may happen.
Thank you, Tiago. Raphael, your final words. What do you think?
I believe if we consider how fast man is destroying Earth, destroying natural resources, I believe that an asteroid will certainly not be a huge problem for our future, because our destruction is already here. And there are two lines of thought between, if you consider religion and science. I think none of those will be able to prove their theories efficiently, at least as I explained. When we'll have enough technology to reach long distance in space, and of course, for some people, all that matters is faith. You know, faith can prove everything, and I don't know, it's a very troublesome issue. But I stay in the middle. You know, I have an opinion about that.
That's a good point. We are doing a horrible job of. Well, we're doing a very good job of destroying our planet. It's just disgusting, some of the things that we're doing. But, you know, I think there still is hope. But, you know, we have to look outside of our planet. There's I think there's 3 volcanoes on the planet that if they erupted could wipe out a good third of the population. There's one in Yellowstone, there's one in Russia. These have erupted before, and they could do some pretty nasty things. Essentially, the country of the United States would almost be wiped out. We need to think of how to get off the planet. How do we find other places in order to survive? And so to me, this is something part of humanity that we need to do. If only we could do away with military spending and channel half of that towards space and exploration, I think we'd be better off. I think it could help us solve some of the problems here on Earth. Even the moon, it has some minerals on it that are very valuable and very rare here on Earth that can help us with very clean energy, nuclear fusion. Francisco, you've got a minute. Your final words and thoughts on this class.
Well, teacher, I think obviously there are living things in other planets. We just found that in Mars there are liquid water, so maybe in 10 years we are maybe some bacteria, and maybe I don't know, maybe in 20 years more, maybe scientists have to tell us that there are. So I think we have to have a in mind.
Yeah, we do need to keep an eye out. Oh, I think I've completely lost you now.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
No, it's really bad. I don't know if others had trouble hearing you, but it was terrible for me.
Okay, teacher, I can hear you perfectly.
You guys can hear me? I can't always hear you. The internet, it's wonderful, but at the same time, it's terrible at the same time, right?
Maybe you need
All
to
right.
change your
Oh no,
provider
I've gone
to.
through this. I had problems a little while ago. I changed my routers, and now I'm okay. And I've got good bandwidth. I've got 30 megs down and 5 up, so I'll upgrade that probably in about a year, and I'll go with 200 or 100 megs up and down. But sometimes we just have these issues dealing with the internet. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Edson,
Okay.
your final thoughts.
Yes. I like the point that you've made about the life in Earth is gonna over in the future, and I think that the government should do something in the future, for example, because to colonize maybe Mars or another planet, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because here in the Earth, the future, our natural resources is gonna over, and we are facing this nowadays currently because the global army is getting better. Is getting increasing each more time, and because of this, in the future, if we are not going to move to Mars, we're gonna probably have a big problem here.
Thank you. Yeah, well, so scientifically speaking, based on projections, our star has about 4 billion years left. However, in about 3 billion years, the sun will have expanded to the point where life on Earth will not be possible, at least not on the surface. In 500 million years, the continents will get to a point where they're all together again in one landmass, which will create a lot of deserts, which means it won't be able to support the same amount of life that we have today. So we do have challenges far into the future. We also have challenges now. We're polluting our water. We're polluting our air. We're polluting our soil. We're fracking much of the world looking for cheap oil and natural gas, and we're destroying our groundwater supply in the process. We're doing a lot of things badly. We're removing forests around the world, which is how we get our oxygen supply, right? So more people require more oxygen, and yet we're killing off some of that. We're doing damage to the oceans. It's almost like we just don't care. So we have challenges. I know. We've got to solve those, I agree. Anna, your final thoughts on this class and the topic that you chose.
I think this topic is very interesting because I'd like I like to listen to everyone putting their 2 cents and questioning and brainstorming. And I like when the conversation goes in a scientific way because we can brainstorm new hypotheses and I'm for science, and we have to understand that scientific understanding is not a set of unchanging facts,
Mm-hmm.
Even then change their ideas and hypotheses over and over again. And we have to admit that we don't know a lot of things. And it is great to discuss. It could be, it's conceivable. I think it and I think that. But I don't like when people try to impose what they think they know because they don't know. No one knows, you know.
Yeah, but
And
that's kind of common, Anna. You're always going to get that. I think science can be very close-minded at times. And you can look at the history of science. People thought Einstein was an idiot. Then people thought Feynman was an idiot. The idea of strings was stupid. And, people are petty no matter what they believe. And I do believe in science. I think it's an incredible thing because it's about exploration, exploring, classification. And I believe strongly that religion also serves a great purpose to it. And I just hate to see when these kind of clash and they miss the point. Science is about proving things. You can't disprove faith. And sometimes faith is about tangible items, and really it isn't. So, you know, I just wish there could be more consensus and agreement than there is. All right, thank you, Anna. Great topic. Amp, you get the final word. Well, of all the students, then I get the final word. Your final thoughts on today's class?
Yeah. Well, I told you before, I don't like science fiction at all.
Oh.
And, yeah, and if we realize most of the just like a computer, all the invents that the men have done are based on one model, the model that God creates us, and they just try to. How is a computer? Just found they have the same structure like our brain. They are trying to copy something that already exists before. So I don't know.
Well, there you go, Amp. There's another great topic for a class. You know, artificial intelligence. How dangerous is it? And I think that would make a great class discussion for our next conversation class. Yeah, and that's fine. You know, I love science and I love science fiction. I mean, there probably shouldn't be a surprise there. I think they go hand in hand. When I was a young child, I liked Star Trek, I liked Moon, and a few other science fiction shows because, well, I love stars, I love planets, and these terrible, terrible TV shows, to me as a kid, they weren't terrible, but to that child, it was a way of looking up at the stars and imagining what's there and thinking these are possibilities. And as I got older, science to me allowed me to explore this. I got a telescope. I was able to see the craters on Mars from my backyard. I think it's fascinating. I think it's amazing, and I think we can use science to solve problems on the Earth instead of using them for harm, like computers. This computer I'm holding is made of metal and other items in it. And apparently a lot of them, it's actually one of the most environmentally friendly computers. It doesn't have any arsenic. It doesn't have any of these really, really toxic chemicals. But most of the electronics that we make, they get sent off to parts of Asia where very, very poor people take them apart. These people get cancers and they pollute the water system from all these very heavy and toxic metals and chemicals. And you know, it's fine that we're creating this technology, but we need to find a safer way to dispose of it. Well, guys, we're coming to the end. I've only got about a minute left. I really appreciate you guys attending for this discussion. I think it's great fun. I like that there's differences of opinion because it gets you guys charged up to have a discussion, to practice your English, to be interested in what we're talking about. I do have a class tomorrow morning around 8 o'clock. And I think the next conversation class we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. That's right. Is this dangerous? Are we programming our own doom? Who knows? I also have a few more classes that I've set up for this week too, guys, so take a look. And some of them still have some spots available. But thank you so much for coming tonight, guys. Have yourself a great evening and a great day, and we'll see you later.
Teacher, take care. See you. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you for
guys.
the class.